Welcome back to the channel, viewers. Today I'm working on the 66 Chevy C10 and got all the brakes done, all new front wheel bearings, drums, brakes, shoes, front hoses, rear brake drums, brake shoes, hardware, wheel cylinders all the way around. Master cylinder looked fairly new when he got the truck, so decided to try to use that one for now. We don't know yet, but I'm currently working on the steering column. Now, here's the steering column that was in it. Something out of a mid-80s, late 80s Chevy car, Citation, Corsica, something, I don't know. So obviously it is getting changed. The owner doesn't like that column. I can't say that I blame him. However, this is what he got. Of course, I've got it taped up now to protect the finished paint as I'm installing it. Here we have an upgraded style wiring harness, which is not going to work in this truck. And but anyway, yeah, look there, made in China. So you know this is going to be a pain in my ass. It's already a pain in the ass. It's missing because of the steering column that somebody else put in there. They have, let me see if I can find some light. See, this would have been the original harness right here that hooked to the steering column. The original. So that's what I'm dealing with, guys. That's what happens when you let other people buy their parts. They buy the cheapest piece of junk they can find and expect you to put it in there, and you better get it done yesterday. But anyway, so I don't have the original steering column. I've got one of the original mounting brackets that holds it up to the dash. I have this for a universal joint for it, which is also off the 80s model Chevy car. So somebody's been in here messing around. So I have inherited this issue, trying to make it right, but I don't have the original steering shaft from here to the steering box, because not only did they change the steering column and hack that up the way they installed it, they also put power steering box on this truck to have power steering. So I have none of the original parts to this truck, which I'm okay with the power steering part. That's not a problem. None of this is really a problem. It's just, it takes time to do this stuff. And when you're missing stuff, you know, you got to start looking for it. Well, if you know how getting parts shipped is these days, I mean, that one steering shaft might take me a week, 2 weeks to get. So anyway, that's where I'm at with that. I've done some, I've got the radiator mostly installed and got the transmission cooler lines started. They're just need to be bent to the radiator. I'm going to take the radiator back out after I mock up the top bracket here, because on these trucks, the top mounting bracket looks like this. So, and sets right here with these 4 bolts right here. So obviously this is a way bigger radiator. So I've got to cut the mount, extend it, and widen it to fit over the wider tank. It doesn't even fit without the mounts, the rubber inserts. So I got to go this way with it and this way with it, and hope that it fits under the hood, or hopefully get the hood closed. So anyway, just a little update on what I'm doing with this truck. The wiring is a nightmare. And you know, these old trucks, they're simple to wire. They have very simple wiring harnesses in them. However, when you've messed with it and added stuff and changed stuff, it's not quite so simple anymore. So the owner, he's like, well, we'll just put a new harness in it. Well, okay, that's fine, but it still takes time. So anyway, gonna have to get a new parking brake cable from the handle here. I noticed that this one was froze. I sprayed it and let it soak for a couple days, but it still hasn't freed up, and it looks to be original. So this here is turned into a winter job. There's still got the original fuse box in this thing. So anyway, I'm not going to make this video too long. Just kind of letting you know what you're up against if you get universal parts. And the part that makes it so much harder is I've got to try to fit the column in and not tear it up using what's left of the original brackets. I mean, there may be a website out there where we can get these parts. And I'm sure there is. I just haven't looked into it. So anyway, there you go. So leave a comment below if you have any questions or just want to make a comment. I do try to read them every evening and reply. If you like this kind of content, just subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up. And that way, if you hit that notification bell, you can be notified when I post another video in the near future. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you watching. And till the next one. See you.